Portugal is the victor today and that they win the group. And yet there's something about them, I don't know if you feel this way, that's unsatisfying. They don't seem like a team that should be having the success that they continue to find, at least the way they play.
Exactly. I think, look, there's the massive X factor, which is Ronaldo. There's no doubt when he's fit, if they're going to sit in and they break quickly because they've got some pace going forward, if they break quickly and that one chance pops up, who's going to bear it? It's going to be Ronaldo. And that's the way that they play. And that seems to fit the bill for this group of players.
It doesn't bother you at all? I mean, it's not like they're different with Ronaldo than without him. They do the same thing even when they have the best player in the world. Why is Portugal allowed to get away with that? Other countries, we say, oh, it matters the style. For some reason, countries like Portugal, Uruguay, these countries get away with...
That's a really good question. They all are always under my radar, Portugal. I just feel because they don't play, sexy football, attractive football, but they've got the great man up top when he's selected. And they just do what they do very, very well. And you can't knock them for it. They've got some creativity in the middle of the park with Bernardo Silva. They've got Carvalho, who I don't know why he's not playing.
Him, yeah.
I do. I've loved him for a long, long time. I don't know why the Premier League sides didn't come in. He's at Betis now. I'm guessing he's doing a fantastic job there because he is an 8 out of 10 every week for any coach, and that's what you want.
Here are the scenarios. England and Croatia, Sunday morning at Wembley. If England win, they win the group. Croatia win, Croatia wins the group. If there's a draw, Spain wins the group. Now, addendum, listen in, Paul Mariner. I know you're tracking this very closely. A goalless draw, Croatia gets relegated. A draw with scoring, and we would see England get relegated.
Wow.
All right, former English international. How are you feeling about this matchup tomorrow?
A little nervous. It's a massive game. We've been hearing about Croatia being a little tired after the World Cup, but for this game, they won't be tired. The one good thing for England is no Rakitic, or extremely doubtful for this game, Rakitic. Also, England, Gomez is carrying something, Shaw's carrying a little injury. But I think that the pace and the creativity, if he's got Dele Alli underneath, he's got Lingard and Sterling alongside Kane, I think they might have enough to certainly worry this Croatian back four. It's going to be a fantastic game, obviously a lot hanging on it and a lot of nerves.
How much do you think it matters in England?
It matters. It matters a lot because the way that Southgate got the feel good, the love factor back, with the fans and the media and the players, it was all going in the right direction. Now they want a little bit more, the English fans. They've always been very critical of the side, but it just seems that there's a lot of goodwill towards this group. And I think with Southgate, he seems to get all his systems right, he seems to get his selection right, and they seem to be playing the way that the fans like and the manager likes.
Where does this match come down to for you from an England perspective?
Well, with Croatia, they've got some power going forward. There's no two ways about that. But having said that, England defensively have been excellent. Stones has really come to the forefront now. I think it's going to be the finishing power. I just feel that England have probably got a little bit too much. It's that pace, that goal threat. Harry Kane will drop in, he'll hold the ball up, keep the team playing. And when you've got the likes of Lingard and you've got the likes of Sterling going in behind, that's going to be a problem for Croatia.
Hello there. Welcome into Extra Time. Alongside Paul Mariner, I'm Sebastian Salazar. This is the chance for you to get your questions answered by us. I would say the experts, but that's a little bit generous. Hashtag FC Extra Time is the way to get at us on Twitter. Sterling has offered us an interesting question here to start with. What is Paul's favorite concert that he's been to? Are you a big concert guy?
Yeah.
You are? What kind of music?
Heavy metal, heavy rock.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Like who?
Well, my favourite bands are Deep Purple, AC/DC, Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Know the AC/DC lads, know the Purple lads, well, know the Iron Maiden lads.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, well, it comes from all football. We're all sort of similar age, right?
Right.
So when I was coming through with the football. Played bongos at Hammersmith Odeon with Deep Purple.
You were on stage?
Yes.
Wow, that's big time.
Well,
were you nervous?
No, I wasn't.
It's just the bongos. Nobody cares
but
about
what it was, the abuse that you get, because obviously I think I was playing with Arsenal at the time.
Right.
The abuse from all the Chelsea, Tottenham, Brentford, you name it.
There weren't enough Arsenal fans in the building to drown that out.
No, they were telling me to get off the stage, so I did that pretty quickly.
What's the last concert you went to?
The last concert was Purple, just outside Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you don't go to, with Stevie Nickel, when he gets these tickets to go see Beyonce and
No.
stuff, you don't get invited?
No, I don't want to be
No?
invited. No.
No?
Why would I want to be invited to that?
I don't know. Hang out with Stevie. That's half the fun.
No. I've done that enough times.
All right, Daniel wants to know, will Portugal win the UEFA Nations League if it's hosted in Portugal, which it will be, and Ronaldo returns? That's the bigger if.
Yes.
What do you think? Yes, they will?
No. There's a couple of things to this conundrum. I've always, for some reason, I've always underestimated Portugal because I thought they didn't play such attractive football.
I mean, they don't.
They don't, but what they do it very effectively. They sit in, the lines are absolutely fantastic. They've got a great goalkeeper. And with Ronaldo, on the fast break, he can put the ball. If they get one chance, he can be the difference maker. And with Bernardo Silva playing the way that he's playing for City, you know, anything can happen. So the short answer is don't bet against them.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends who else is in that
Yeah.
Final Four, right? It could be Netherlands. It could be France.
England.
It could be England. It could be Croatia. It could be Spain. It could be a lot of different teams. I think
It'll be England.
it'll be England. Okay, sorry. We've already decided that. How dare I speak out against the Three Lions? Sir Ted Lasso, good friend of the program, wants to know, do you guys shovel your own snow in the wintertime?
Right, here's the thing with shoveling snow.
You live in Boston, the Boston area, so
I
you
do.
get a lot of it. Yeah.
A lot. So going back to the massive blizzard that we had 2 or 3 years ago, when the temperature didn't get above 32, the snow wouldn't melt. It kept piling up and piling up and piling up. Exactly.
Ugh.
So that was my last year for
Shoveling?
For shoveling.
That did it. That was it.
No, what I did, Seb, I'm dead serious. I did me back in so bad.
Right. Because you're constantly hunched. You're lifting all with your back.
And you know what the problem
Terrible.
was? Here's what the problem was. I was conscious of bending knees. The whole,
Right.
the coaching did me proud, right? It's perfect. But because I was getting right to the end and I was thinking about what was in the fridge, I relaxed. I relaxed in that. And the last shovel, I'm not kidding you, mate.
Really?
And I'll never do it again. I couldn't come into work.
It's the fundamentals, Paul. Really,
It is the
fundamentals all 90 minutes. You don't let up at the end of the match. You didn't? Did you? So what did you do? You hire someone?
Yes.
Or do you do the snowblower?
We have a snowblower. I don't use the snowblower
Okay. So why have it?
so that he can use it.
Oh, so you hire somebody else to use your snowblower. Hey, you did half the job for him. Lucky guy. I have an apartment, so that's my solution.
Just
Never have to go.
an autumnal little sidebar. I'm doing some coaching last week with Nickel, and Stevie and I were doing a demonstration, and he forgot to
That's a sidebar.
he forgot to tell me not to serve the ball to his left foot because we were volleying left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So he came up to me. He said, "Never give me a ball on my left." I said, "Why? What's the problem?" He says, "Because he's got a big garden, Stevie, right? So he's been raking his leaves, and apparently he's done his groin."
Ugh.
So you live and learn.
You live and learn. You live and learn. It's a young man's game.
It is a young
snow
man's
shoveling.
game.
That's,
And I asked a poignant question to Stephen. Why don't you put your hand in your pocket and hire somebody to run the leash?
I mean.
And we all know the answer
I think
to
he's
that.
worried there's like an alligator in his pocket. If he reaches in, it might come out without a hand. Stevie paying for somebody else to do something. I think that's an uphill battle.
Well, that's why I asked him, because I know it's never happened.
All right, Jatine says, after Messi and Ronaldo, the ideal ballroom debate here. Who is the best player in the world right now?
Well,
not easy, is it?
no. We've had the chat on FC about Mbappe. I'm a big Mbappe fan. I love the way he plays the game. I love what he does for PSG. I love what he does for the national team. I mean, he's 19, scoring goals in the World Cup final, winning the World Cup. I mean, what more can a 19-year-old do? So as far as playing the game, I just in full admiration for Mbappe. I think when Neymar gets his head on and he stops rolling around all over the place.
You think that'll happen? He's not a kid anymore.
I think it's coming slightly. I think somebody must have had a word with him. It's coming in small steps, but it's hard to differentiate between those guys. But as attacking powers, I'm going to go with Mbappe.
Okay, Mbappe gets the edge then over Neymar.
Yeah.
Jose has the final question. Do you pour the cereal before the milk, or the milk before the... This must milk before the cereal. This must be a trick question. There's only one way to do it.
There's only one way to do it. Obviously, he's not an experienced cereal man. It could possibly be decided with what sort of cereal you're pouring. That could factor into it.
Really?
But for me, I'm a cornflakes guy.
Yeah.
I'm very basic. Cornflakes are in first, then the old Ackerbilk.
Absolutely. It has to be cereal first. I'm curious.
Do you have a banana on your cereal?
From time to time, yeah, I like to chop up some fruit. Yeah, you know where I like bananas? In my lentil soup. You ever tried that?
Pardon?
Yeah, lentil soup with a little hot sauce and banana. I'm telling you, on a cold day after you're out
I can feel a little culinary sidebar coming in here at some point.
But I do want to know, what cereal do you pour the milk in first? Because you said...
Is porridge a cereal?
Is hot dog a sandwich?
The only thing I can think of is if...
No, because porridge, you don't put milk on... Well, you do.
Well, I do.
You do. Yeah, you do.
I do.
You do.
And then you put it on the stove, or if you...
But that's still cereal in over the milk. You don't put the milk in first. When do you put the milk in first? Who does that? That's a sociopath thing.
No, he's got me on that one.
It's on. Sorry, Jose. I don't know. I hope you put in the cereal first. Otherwise, you might have some things you want to work through with here.
But by the way, what did you say? Bananas in your lentil soup?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Don't knock it till you've tried it, Paul.
So where does that come from? What culture does that come from?
Honestly, I don't know if it's a Mexican thing. My mom is the one that did, though. She is from Mexico, so must be where it comes from. But I don't know that other Mexican folks do that. It might just be my mom.
I've never heard of it. I'll give it a go, though. Yeah. I like the lentil soup.
Lentil soup. Oof.
And I love the bananas. So
when it's cold outside, I'm telling you.
I'll have a crack at it.
You mix two things you like, it can work out. All right, that's all the time we've got. Remember, you can catch ESPN FC 7 days a week. ESPN Plus, where you can find us. It's Christian Pulisic. Everybody in America wants to know, where is this kid moving next? Almost forgetting that he's at a pretty good club now in Borussia Dortmund. The latest link is Chelsea.
Yep.
When you saw Pulisic, Chelsea, what was your first reaction?
No, don't do it.
Why?
But because it's the wrong club for him. It's just going to go into a hopper of decent footballers who eventually go out on loan. Is he going to get into the team on this present form? No, he's not. He's still developing as a young player. Now, when you factor in, Seb, that he's got 2 years left on his contract, we know now in world football, you've got to negotiate with the player when he's got 2 years to run. Look at Aaron Ramsey at Arsenal. He had 2 years to run. They didn't engage him, and he was going to be going for free. So that's where this is coming from. This is the root of this. It's the agent putting his toe in the water and just picking clubs. If you were to ask me a club that he should go to,
my next question:
Liverpool.
Why? He's not going to get into that team either.
I just think that under Klopp, I don't think he's got,
I
don't think he's got a chance
he gets
to play.
into the team, into the 11.
Not yet,
right.
Not yet.
But you still think it's a good move.
With Klopp understands. He understands the Bundesliga. He understands what it takes to mould a player.
He knows Pulisic well.
He knows him very, very well. Let's look at Shaqiri. Shaqiri was a bit of a eyebrow raiser. You know, why is he signed Shaqiri? Because Shaqiri can be a little bit in and out. You know, he's not the most consistent of footballers. He's obviously sat him down and said, listen, mate, if you want to play in this team, you've got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth, right? And he is. Everybody's saying now maybe Shaqiri should be coming into line. Now, if Pulisic would go to Liverpool, the nurturing and the way that Klopp puts his arm around players, I think it would be a fabulous move for him.
From the U.S. perspective, this is a guy who everybody wants to see become the number 10 on this team.
Right.
Is he ever going to develop into that player if he always has these kind of secondary, wide roles like he has at Dortmund, and what you're suggesting he would have at a place like Liverpool?
Well, what you've got to do, you've got to, when you work with a player, you've got to see what sort of tools he's got. Has he got the ability out wide to track back? You know, to play, to go past defenders, to play a 1-2 combination play. Maybe he has. But playing in that 10 role, now the 10 role can be a luxury role, but nowadays in modern football, you've also got your defensive duties. So the coach has got to work with him. Now then, can he play in the 10 role? I've got no doubt that he can play in the 10 role. But what I would like to see, and it's purely and simply because of this contractual situation with the 2 years to run.
Contracts up in 2020.
Yeah. I would say stay at Dortmund, learn your trade, look at Marco Reus, look at all the great players that he's playing with, and learn from those guys. Listen to them in the dressing room, listen to what the coach is saying, implement on the field what you're learning on the training ground. But it looks as though he's going to be getting a move. Personally, I would steer away from Chelsea. Unless he's got super confidence in his own ability, I wouldn't go to Chelsea.